Hello again and welcome to the next video in our monitoring and reporting course, What Does My Client See? This course has covered a broad range of reports available to you, including portfolio reports, performance, transactions, insurance, and fees amongst others. So let's take a look at the following reports available to your clients when they log into Panorama. Panorama homepage, investments, activity, tax and preservation, transactions, insurance, report packs, and fees. We're going to focus on information available to your clients on their Panorama Investor site login. Most of the reporting functionality is also conveniently available for your client via the Panorama mobile app. Please watch our separate learning course showcasing the entire mobile app experience for both advisors and clients. When your client logs into Panorama, the home page is also their account overview. Your client is presented with the current portfolio valuation and a performance overview of their Panorama account, including a summary of their annualised total performance and the breakdown between market movement and income received. The question mark icons can be clicked on to give your client more guidance on each of these. Total performance since inception, before fees, is displayed by default, and your client can select to view from these alternate options. The performance graph is interactive, allowing them to hover over to display further insights. Super and pension accounts also have the option to toggle on to show cumulative performance. All Panorama accounts display an interactive asset allocation chart on the overview page. This shows a split between the major asset types and allows your client to click into any of the segments to reveal the top holdings and the percentage allocation within that asset type, and they simply click back to return. Other information displayed on the overview page is dependent on the account type. Superannuation accounts display contributions received in the financial year to date, any beneficiary nominations, and an activity summary for the last 3 months. Pension accounts will again show the number of beneficiary nominations and the last 3 months' activity, but instead of contributions, they will display a pension payment summary for the current financial year. Details for Panorama Super or investment accounts funding connected BT Protection Plans insurance policies are also displayed. Most Panorama Investments accounts, including individual, joint, company and trust, simply display the last 3 months' activity details alongside the asset allocation chart. However, SMSFs include a table outlining contribution or pension information as relevant for the financial year, which your client can toggle between members of the fund. Note self-managed funds connected with an accountant's SMSF software show a deeper level of member details on the overview page, as do client SMSFs set up with Panorama's administration service. They look like this, with richer member details, including individual member balances within the fund, and the ability to view external or non-Panorama assets within the asset allocation chart. Note, we will cover this in much more detail in our dedicated SMSF Solution Panorama Learning course. The Investments tab provides similar summary performance information as we've seen displayed on the overview screen, with the ability to access a more detailed asset-by-asset representation of performance by clicking here. Hovering over any of these performance bars provides further detail, including the percentage and dollar return amounts. Your clients can also change from the default since inception view to instead display the last 12 months. There is an indicator as to whether automatic investing via the cash investment strategy is turned on or off. In any case, your clients may want to speak with you about utilising this feature for their account. Further down this page is your client's full underlying portfolio, sorted under headings of each asset type. Relevant details are displayed for each individual asset, including cost, estimated current capital gain or loss, and the dollar and percentage value in the portfolio. Blue question marks explain certain information provided, and the hyperlinks for managed funds and listed securities provide access to more information via company and fund profiles. If your client holds either managed or tailored portfolios, they can expand these to reveal the full underlying asset details, providing more granular detail for clients than your typical managed fund. Next, the Activity tab displays the reasons for changes in the value of the account between two dates. The default period is the current financial year, but clients can also choose to view back on selected financial years or since inception. For a given period, there will be the starting portfolio value and the closing value. The difference is made up of money in, for example, rollovers, contributions and asset transfers; money out, for example, payments out from the cash account; investment income, interest, dividends and/or distributions from underlying assets held; expenses, and this can include administration fees, advice fees, and investment management fees. And then there's market movement, which is like the reconciling item representing the net change in the market value of the investments. Super and pension accounts have a tab for tax and preservation details. The tax components section breaks down the client's super benefit into taxable and tax-free, and the preservation status of their super benefit is reported here. Your client can also view their recorded eligible service date at the top here. Your clients can view the transactions that have occurred on their cash account via the Transactions tab. This information is updated in real time, and your client can update the information by clicking the Refresh button. The balance of available cash is shown at the top, which is the client's panoramic cash balance less any uncleared deposits, pending orders, and minimum cash reserve. The default date range of transactions is the last 90 days. However, your client can select a date range of their choice. The Refine These Results button allows your client to specify exactly what types of transactions they'd like to view. Next up, let's consider the Insurance tab. The information here sets out details of any insurances that are funded by a Panorama Super or Investments account. Firstly, in accordance with the government's Protecting Your Super changes, if your client is required to opt in, they can make their election from this screen by clicking the Keep Insurance button. Clients can opt in at any time within the PYS timeframe, including before the account becomes inactive. Below this, a summary of any insurance policies held by the client are represented. Only basic policy details are shown, including the policy type, number, monthly premium, current status, and any opt-in date recorded on Panorama. Selecting each individual policy takes the client to a section that contains more details on their policy, including the renewal date, premium and payment method, any linked policies, date paid to, and any nominated beneficiary details. Below is further information that includes any optional benefits included in the policy. And finally, at the bottom of the page, all relevant policy documents are provided, including welcome packs and renewal packs. Your client can view these by clicking the link to download. Just as advisors and their staff have one location to order all the available reports, so do clients. The Reports tab firstly provides your clients with the ability to select a date or date range, or make a custom selection. The available reports are broken down into sections beginning with investment and transaction reports, such as the portfolio valuation, asset allocation, and performance. Then income and tax reports, such as income received and capital gains. There might also be other report types, such as superannuation, SMSF, and external asset reports, as relevant to their type of Panorama account. Your client can simply customise their chosen reports from the options available, before selecting to download here in either CSV and/or PDF where these options are available. If a client clicks into the Fees tab, they will see a page outlining the total fees for the financial year to date, separated into the sections including administration, investment management, and advice-related fees. Clients may be able to generate and download a tax invoice for a given month by selecting from here. By clicking here, your client can review the fee schedule, enabling them to revisit how these fees are calculated and the fee agreement your client has with you. These again will be broken into sections that will include advice, administration, and investment management fees. Well, that concludes the overview of what your client sees online and the range of reports they have access to in their BT Panorama account. And remember, as we outlined from the outset of this video, most of the Panorama reports your client can access from their investor site login can also be viewed from their Panorama mobile app, which you can find out more about in the Panorama mobile course. In the next video, we're going to summarise the top tips and hints for you to make the best use of Panorama's reporting functionality. Until then, bye for now.